It was a Friday night when Sarah poured herself a glass of wine, just one, after a long, stressful week. She wasn't looking to get drunk, just to relax. And within minutes, she felt that familiar warmth spread through her. A light buzz. Her worries started to fade into the background, but what Sarah didn't see, and what most of us don't, is the complex, powerful journey that drink had just begun inside her body. Let's follow it together. As soon as Sarah took that first sip, a tiny amount of alcohol was absorbed through the lining of her mouth. But the real action started once it hit her stomach and small intestine. Unlike food, alcohol doesn't need to be digested. It passes directly through the stomach lining and small intestine into the bloodstream. This happens fast, often within just 5 to 10 minutes. About 20% of the alcohol gets absorbed in the stomach, and the other 80% in the small intestine. If Sarah had eaten a big meal, this process would slow down. But tonight, on a relatively empty stomach, that alcohol was moving quickly. Within 15 to 20 minutes, Sarah's blood carried the alcohol straight to her brain, where it began to affect her central nervous system. See, alcohol is a depressant, which means it slows down brain activity. It does this by boosting GABA, a calming chemical in your brain, making you feel relaxed or even sleepy. At the same time, it slows down glutamate, an excitatory chemical, which dulls your thinking and reaction time. And here's the key part. Alcohol triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. That's why Sarah started feeling lighter, more social, and a little less inhibited. Her judgment was just beginning to cloud, even though she didn't feel drunk. Yet. This is her blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, starting to rise. For someone like Sarah, one glass of wine might bring her BAC to around 0.02%, enough to feel something, but still well below the legal driving limit. As the alcohol circulates, Sarah's liver jumps into action. It's the body's main processing plant for toxins. The liver uses an enzyme to convert alcohol into a toxic substance called acetaldehyde, and then quickly breaks that down into something harmless, which eventually becomes carbon dioxide and water. But here's the catch. The liver can only process about one standard drink per hour. That's about one 12-ounce beer, a 5-ounce glass of wine, or a 1.5-ounce shot of spirits. If Sarah has another glass before that first hour is up, the alcohol starts to build up in her blood, increasing her BAC and making her feel more intoxicated. And there's no way to speed this up. Not coffee, not a cold shower, not chugging water. Only time can lower your BAC. So how long does alcohol actually stay in your system? It really depends on what you're measuring. It can be detected in your blood for up to 12 hours, on your breath for up to 24, and in your urine for up to 48 hours or even longer with advanced tests. It can even show up in your hair for up to 90 days. So if Sarah had that one glass of wine at 8 p.m., her body would likely be clear of it by 9 or 10 p.m. But if she had 3 or 4 drinks over the evening, it could take 4 to 6 hours or even more for her liver to completely metabolize it all. Let's fast forward. After a couple of glasses, Sarah felt warm, talkative, a little silly, but by midnight that feeling started to shift. She began to feel tired and foggy, and while she might fall asleep easily, her sleep quality would suffer. Alcohol disrupts REM sleep, which is the most restorative part of our sleep cycle. The next morning, Sarah woke up feeling groggy, a slight headache, a dry mouth, and a little wave of anxiety. That's because alcohol is a diuretic, which means it dehydrates you. It also messes with your blood sugar, triggers inflammation, and disrupts the delicate balance of your brain's neurotransmitters. Even a small amount of alcohol can affect your mood, energy, and focus the next day. Now Sarah only drinks occasionally, but what if it were more frequent? With regular alcohol use, the body starts to adapt. This is called building a tolerance. It means you need more alcohol to get that same initial buzz. Your liver starts working overtime, producing more enzymes to break it down faster. But over the long term, this adaptation comes at a cost. The brain can become chemically dependent. Chronic use can lead to serious health issues like fatty liver, hepatitis, and eventually cirrhosis. It increases the risk for certain cancers, can cause memory problems, and contribute to depression and mood swings. The body never gets better at handling alcohol. It just becomes more damaged over time. But let's flip the story. Imagine Sarah decides to take a break from drinking just to see what happens. The results can be amazing. Within the first 24 hours, her blood pressure might start to stabilize, and her liver gets a chance to start clearing out toxins more efficiently. Within just 1 week, many people report better sleep, more energy, and even clearer-looking skin. After 30 days, liver fat can be significantly reduced. Mental clarity often returns, and moods begin to stabilize. And after 90 days or more, the benefits get even bigger. The risk for heart disease and cancer drops, and brain function can measurably improve. The body has a remarkable ability to heal itself once the toxin is removed. The point of all this isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Alcohol isn't inherently evil, but it is a powerful substance that demands respect. It changes your brain chemistry, slows your body down, and puts a heavy burden on your liver long after the buzz has faded. Sarah never thought of her wine as a drug, but biologically that's exactly what it is. The line between recreational use and risky use often comes down to 3 things: how often you drink, how much you drink, and why you're drinking. If you ever feel like alcohol is becoming more of a crutch than a choice, or if it's affecting your health, work, or peace of mind, know that you're not weak and you're definitely not alone. There are so many positive, empowering paths forward. That single glass of wine was more than just a moment of relaxation. It was a cascade of biological events, from brain chemistry to liver enzymes. Understanding this journey isn't about shame, it's about freedom. The freedom to make informed choices that align with your health, your values, and your goals. For Sarah, learning this sparked a shift. She didn't quit entirely, but she started to question the habit. She explored alcohol-free days and paid closer attention to how she really felt after drinking. And slowly, she found something even better than the buzz: genuine clarity and balance. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content to help you live a healthier, more informed life. See you in the next one. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult a licensed healthcare provider for diagnosis or treatment. Do not rely on this video in a medical emergency.